I am Kesten Rono, and today's day 122 of the Course in Miracles. Thank you again for being here. Thank you again for being here. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. And a big dog. And a big dog. You want to relax? All right. Reviewing Principle 42. A major contribution of miracles is their strength in releasing you from your false sense of isolation, deprivation, and lack. A major contribution of miracles is their strength in releasing you from your false sense of isolation, deprivation, and lack. Yesterday we were saying wholeness is the perceptual content of miracles, that it corrects the faulty perception of lack. If we are seeing ourselves in lack, we are not feeling full. So may we recognize wholeness. A major contribution of miracles is their strength in releasing you from your false sense of lack. If you are feeling in lack, it could be in human time, it could be in money, it could be in possessions, it could be in connections. You are not full. And I guess all we can say, at least from here, is that the miracle represents wholeness, and the miracle offers us strength to undo this perception of lack, this belief that we are holding, that by existing, we are in lack. Does that need to be true? Do we need to be in lack? Fullness, wholeness. This is what we want to meditate on. Forgiveness as the key to guiding us. May you welcome it in. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Lesson 122. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Please repeat after me. Forgiveness offers everything I want. What could you want forgiveness? What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Thank you. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Please forgive me for my reading. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness? A quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worthy and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth of sure protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that never can be hurt, a deep abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? Wow, what a description. This is what forgiveness gives, said another way. Forgiveness offers peace, happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world, care and safety, and the warmth of sure protection, always. Quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that can never be hurt, a deep abiding comfort, and a rest so peaceful it can never be upset. Please repeat after me. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Did you notice that all of these things that it offers are not material? They are all part of the invisible. part of what we can experience in our own minds. Last night, we did a practice where we envisioned someone whom we imagine we do not like, discovered light in them, carried that light to someone we love, offering it to them, and then finding that reflection in ourselves. This is a whole nother layer of forgiveness than I've ever thought about meaning what I say. I forgive you, as in, I want to let this go and it's over with. But maybe that has been superficial in some sense. And forgiveness, true forgiveness, seeing this light, offers something far deeper: peace and happiness. All this forgiveness offers you and more. It sparkles on your eye as you awake and gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids, so you see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you, and more. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up that hides the face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. It lets you recognize the Son of God and clears your memory of all dead thoughts so that remembrance of your Father can arise across the threshold of your mind. I'd like to repeat the first sentence. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up that hides the face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. So if you are feeling challenges with forgiveness, I felt challenges with yesterday's exercises, just the newness of it. And how do I really see this light, the same light that I would want to offer to a loved one? How do I see it in someone I feel at odds with? Forgiveness, this part of miracles, offering us strength to undo our lack. Forgiveness lets the veil be lifted up, something thin, but covering your eyes, that hides the face of Christ. The face of Christ from those who look with unforgiving eyes upon the world. We are unable to see this face of Christ, this other way of seeing. We're unable to see it. It's hidden while we insist on looking through a veil of upsets and attacks and choosing not to forgive. Unaware of the depth of what forgiveness offers rather than just undoing something in the past, shaking hands on a new contract of let's move forward. I suppose it is far more than that. What would you want? Forgiveness cannot give. What gifts but these are worthy to be sought? What fancied value, trivial effect, or transient promise never to be kept can hold more hope than what forgiveness brings? Forgiveness, this is saying, is aligned with ideas in the infinite, safety, sure protection, peace, happiness, a quiet mind, certainty of purpose, sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world. Transcends the world. It must be something outside of this system and something greater than we can imagine when we are living in a place that requires forgiveness, where we feel lack, where the miracle exists to help us to see differently. So what is forgiveness? And what would we want instead of all of this infinite peace? Why would you seek an answer other than the answer that will answer everything? Why would you seek an answer other than the answer that will answer everything? Root cause fixes. The root cause fix. Here is the perfect answer given to imperfect questions, meaningless requests, half-hearted willingness to hear, and less than halfway diligence and partial trust. Here is the answer. Seek for it no more. You will not find another one instead. Okay, forgiveness. An opportunity of action for us in time and space to undo ways that we have been feeling, which we are able to see do not serve us in the present, and offer more levity to those minds who are intertwined with our upset. May we show those minds our desire for peace of mind and offer it to them as well. This would be a doubling of peace in the world, at least from our perspective. And would it not be greater if we want a world and feeling of peace for all minds to know what peace is? So we offer forgiveness. Here is the perfect answer given to imperfect questions, meaningless requests, half-hearted willingness to hear, and less than halfway diligence and partial trust. This is us imagining we know better in some sliver of time. You're aware that this is true for you right now because you have a reflection of you in the past where you wish you knew better because now you believe you know better. So at that time, you were aligned with whatever you thought you knew best and you were going with it. And in some cases, I would imagine you thought you were sure. Perhaps there is a way of eating that you tried on because it's been advertised and then discovered that it wasn't as fulfilling as you imagined. And instead, you needed something else to support you in physical life. So may we discontinue our meaningless requests. Just like younger us, we could see, hey, what you're doing. Please feel it all the way through, but I can tell you for sure, other than your reflection, it is meaningless. This is no big deal. Would you like me to show you another way? May we allow ourselves, our true selves, however that representation is formed, if it has form at all, however we connect with it, if we are not already connected, please forgive my language. Whatever myself is has a purview, not unlike I do to some time in the past of me. If you've come to find something in your life that is extremely valuable to you, wouldn't you imagine that the one person you would want to share this with, if anything, was yourself? If you knew it earlier, if you had this much meaning, that is, if you're thinking about time this way. My point is that you would trust yourself because of all things, your experience is real. And if you're giving credence to your experience and not just outsourcing every idea that you could have to someone else to tell you how it is that you accept, therefore, and you're feeling your way through what you notice about yourself, then you are living the most real example of whatever life is. It's your experience. So if you experience something, even if you can't totally explain it and you go, I don't know, man. This has been true for me. This is what I found for me. I'm not sure about you or all these other campaigns. Well, you would be offering that kind of experience to the younger you who's had the same levels of experience. Whatever it is to experience as you has been true for you all the time in your life. Always here and now, when you were younger, now and in the future. So you would trust your own experience, at least in some occasions. Maybe you will trust the experience of a future version of you who will again know new things. This could be as obvious as there was a time before internet. Now quantum is a conversation, a big scare. But there'll be a time in the future where people have branded machines that we call quantum, and that will be a new lexicon. And you will be able to go back and say, if you just invested in these quantum companies, you'd be rich. Unclear if that would offer us very much. It does buy us time, we imagine, to not have to go create valuable ideas for the rest of the world to invest in to solve their problems. But it doesn't get at the heart of the problem and the solution. whatever it is that you are noticing that you are, which is not contained in this body. So what is it? What does it give us access to understanding? It is beyond time. This is not about material things across time or having more than you've had before. You have everything you need as yourself. So if you will listen to your future self, physical you, with your mind, at least if we're going through this book, there's a future you who is likely more practiced with this and is getting closer to innately knowing whatever it is like to be connected to yourself, your true self. And if you could extend this benefit of the doubt to you currently knowing something relative to your past, and therefore you could extend it to future you knowing something relative to current you, then we could extend it one step further and say, the furthest version of me, the one that could be timeless, as in no afterlife and no before birth, but existing, eternal, in the mind of God. This version of me, this mind to which I imagine I am connected, then it has ultimate purview. And this would be the mentor to trust the most. And you would still be trusting yourself. God's plan for your salvation cannot change, nor can it fail. Be thankful it remains exactly as He planned it. Changelessly, it stands before you like an open door, with warmth and welcome calling from beyond the doorway, bidding you to enter in and make yourself at home where you belong. Wholly unchanged, unconditional love. This is the bath. This is the water in which you were born. This is where you live. This is how you are safe. A mind in unconditional love, born from God's love. This is the idea as best as I can represent it, which I imagine I am still doing, anchored to the way that I have been seeing, or believing that I have been seeing. And yet, this book is telling us that there is some part of you that exists before you existed physically, whatever that means, that has original thoughts with God, whatever original means, but that there are ideas to which you and I are not totally privy, that we do not completely understand, that make us uncomfortable, that we cannot quite piece together, and yet it changes nothing about the idea, if we can just relax time for a moment, it changes nothing about the idea of us having a conversation with God, saying, here's the deal, I'm going to jump in. I choose to go. Send me, Lord. I know I will forget, but I know that I am safe. So I take this non-risk willingly. I am in your love forever, and may I discover it here and build it here for others to enjoy, like a tree planted that I will never see grow. Here is the answer. Here. Here is the answer. Would you stand outside while all of heaven waits for you within? Would you stand outside while all of heaven waits for you within? Forgive and be forgiven. I see me like outside of some party or dance, not wanting to go inside. And yet, if that is the representation of heaven, let's just say fun with friends, all I would need to do would be forgive myself and be forgiven, that they would welcome you to dance and laugh. As you give, you will receive. There is no plan for the salvation of the Son of God. Excuse me, did I misread that? As you give, you will receive. There is no plan but this. There is no plan but giving and receiving. There is no plan but forgiving and being forgiven. There is no plan but to step inside the kingdom of heaven. There is no plan but this for the salvation of the Son of God. Let us today rejoice that this is so, for here we have an answer. clear and plain, beyond deceit in its simplicity. All the complexities of the world have spun of fragile cobwebs, disappear before the power and the majesty of this extremely simple statement of the truth. Extremely simple statement of the truth. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Please repeat it. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Here is the answer. Do not turn away in aimless wandering again. Accept salvation now. It is the gift of God and not the world. It is the gift of God and not the world. The world can give no gifts of any value to a mind that has received what God has given as its own. The world can give no gifts of any value to a mind that has received what God has given as its own. I'm feeling reminded of wholeness as the perceptual content of miracles. Wholeness. If we are whole and full, then there is nothing that we can do or get that is greater than what we already have. Something like that. Accept salvation now. God wills salvation be received today, and that the intricacies of your dreams no longer hide their nothingness from you. I do like this concept. So much complexity. And maybe it all is there. That's fine. But is there another way of seeing it with more ease, simplicity, assuredness, comfort, peace, and offering this underlying idea to others? God wills salvation be received today, and that the intricacies of your dreams no longer hide their nothingness from you. Open your eyes today and look upon a happy world of safety and peace. I'd like to pause just to say, if we are seeing something too complex, which we believe is causing us to feel upset or anxious or otherwise, if we are noticing so many intricacies, may that be a spark for us to say, is there another way of looking at this? Can this be addressed simply, even if piece by piece? Do I really need to wear this idea that everything has to be so complicated and against me? What if I saw it as easy and for me? Open your eyes today and look upon a happy world of safety and peace. Forgiveness is the means by which it comes to take the place of hell. In quietness, it rises up to greet your open eyes and fill your heart with deep tranquility as ancient truths, forever newly born, arise in your awareness. What you will remember then can never be described. What you will remember then can never be described, yet your forgiveness offers it to you. So forgiveness is offering us an invisible idea outside of our system. This book is attempting to use words inside of this system to grant us permission to go in and pursue this direction. And whatever it is that we will be discovering, God's love, this infinite peace and safety, will be unnameable to us, just as it is undescribable. It's impossible in this physical space. Again, I see these plants and this light and myself and my dog here with their forehead pressed against the top of my foot in peace. And I'm grateful for the physical. I'm absolutely grateful for this opportunity to be in relationship. And this idea of gratitude and feeling differently than I had felt before in depression or rage is wonderful. I claim awful back. I don't want to just be awesome. I want to be awful, awfully full. Time to let the terrible association of awe evaporate. In quietness, forgiveness rises up to greet your open eyes and fill your heart with deep tranquility as ancient truths, forever newly born, arise in your awareness. What you will remember then can never be described, yet your forgiveness offers it to you. It exists, even if we don't have a word for it. Remembering the gifts forgiveness gives, we undertake our practicing today with hope and faith that this will be the day salvation will be ours. Earnestly and gladly, we will seek for it today, aware we hold the key within our hands, accepting heaven's answer to the hell we made, but where we would remain no more. Okay, salvation is mine, if it is to be mine in truth. I suppose if it is to be mine, it is already mine. That is the will of God, and I accept it. Today I see peace and safety in this sunshine, and I welcome more gratitude. Morning and evening do we gladly give a quarter of an hour. A quarter of an hour. Morning and evening do we gladly give a quarter of an hour to the search in which the end of hell is guaranteed. Begin in hopefulness, for which we have reached the turning point. For we have reached the turning point at which the road becomes far easier, and now the way is short that we travel. We are close indeed to the appointed ending of the dream. Begin in hopefulness, for you are further along than you ever imagined. Thank you for continuing. Sink into happiness as you begin these practice periods, for they hold out the sure rewards of questions answered and what your acceptance of the answer brings. Sink into happiness as you begin. These practice periods hold out sure rewards of questions answered and what your acceptance of the answer brings. That doesn't mean that it's the answer that you expect. It means that the answer is the truth. And accepting the truth means that you are in alignment with this constant rather than fighting it. So we are relaxing our expectations here, being open to the answers of these questions, especially when they lead us down a path of love. We are not off course if the path is love. If what we are looking for is more meaning through attack, through some vengeance, through some lack of forgiveness that is offering us some kind of fullness, of course it is not. If we have something to forgive, it means we are in a state of lack. So we believe we've been harmed. And perhaps you have. Perhaps I have. But is that where we rest eternally? And is that what we want to feel eternally? No. We're curious about meaning. The very fact that we don't want to forgive, or we can't, or we're angry, or we need to crush something else to make it fair, to find peace, this clearly shows that we are in a lacking state. We're lacking love and peace. We're lacking the opportunity to see our own quiet and comfort. And forgiveness is this tool. Sink into happiness as you begin these practice periods, for they hold out the sure rewards of questions answered, our confusions. And what your acceptance of the answer brings, we must accept the truth eventually. Why? Because it is constant. It is forever, infinite, eternal. It just is. And we don't have to accept it now, but any effort that we're spending will be extracting from us. If we believe we are trying to say, no, truth, this is the truth. I mean, what a joke. The truth says, oh, please take your time. I forgive you. Today it will be given you to feel the peace forgiveness offers, and the joy the lifting of the veil holds out to you. Today it will be given you to feel the peace forgiveness offers, and the joy the lifting of the veil holds out to you. Before the light you will receive today, the world will fade until it disappears. And you will see another world arise you have no words to picture. Now we talk directly into light, and we receive the gifts that have been held in store for us since time began, kept waiting for today. Before the light you will receive today, the world will fade until it disappears, and you will see another world arise you have no words to picture. No words to picture, yet you will see it arise. What does that mean? We have been image making. No words to picture. Do you sense the confusion in that statement? I have no words. Have you ever heard anyone say, I have no words to picture? What does that mean? What I am seeing is not the same as picturing. There are no words to describe what true vision is, what seeing is. And certainly, it's not about building it into some picture to attempt to relay to someone else or to draw. Before the light you will receive today, this is not physical light, like the light around me. The world will fade until it disappears, and you will see another world arise. You have no words to picture, yet you are seeing it. What you will remember then can never be described, yet forgiveness offers it to you. Here, what we see, we will not be able to say. Now we walk directly into light, and we receive the gifts that have been held in store for us since time began, kept waiting for today. Forgiveness offers you everything you want. Today, all things you want are given you. Let not your gifts recede throughout the day as you return again to meet a world of shifting change and bleak appearances. Retain your gifts in clear awareness as you see the changeless in the heart of change, the light of truth behind appearances. Forgiveness offers you everything you want. Today, all things you want are given you. Retain your gifts in clear awareness as you see the changeless in the heart of change, the light of truth behind appearances. Finding the unconditional and infinite in a world that would tell you all you will find here in physical is one that turns over. It's passing life from something else to something else, life itself an idea that is existing, moving through time. To participate in this life, we will turn over too, and everything that we could ever hoard will disappear and be held by someone else until someone decides that, oh, these things are persisting in a way, exchanging across people. So possessions kind of move through people like life moves through people. But what is it that each one of us has been that has possessed physical life? What is that? What is it that constant is in a world of change? Retain your gifts in clear awareness as you see the changeless in the heart of change, the light of truth behind appearances, the light of truth therefore being synonymous with the changeless, and appearances being synonymous with change. Be tempted not to let your gifts slip by and drift into forgetfulness, but hold them firmly in your mind by your attempts to think of them at least a minute as each quarter of an hour passes by. Remind yourself how precious are these gifts with this reminder, which has power to hold your gifts in awareness throughout the day. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received the gifts of God. Please repeat after me. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today, I have accepted this as true. Today, I have received the gifts of God. Forgiveness offers everything you want. Today, you have announced that you have accepted this as true. Today, you are aware you have already received the gifts of God. This is His plan, that you already have all the tools you need for your own salvation through the action of forgiveness. Busy day being dedicated to forgiving, but forgiveness is the key to happiness. We have 2 practice periods focusing on this one solution to infinite complex problems. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. We gladly give this time in search of the end of hell, which is guaranteed. Begin in hopefulness, for we have reached the turning point at which the road becomes far easier. Sink into happiness with the sure reward of questions answered and what your acceptance of the answer brings. Now we walk directly into light, and we receive the gifts that have been held in store for us since time began, waiting for today. How could gifts wait with shelf life since time began? Well, perhaps they are infinite, timeless themselves. And all of the gifts here that have been offered through the path of forgiveness are invisible beyond this realm, beyond whatever image making is, picturing is, and words are. So in the morning, we will meditate on this peace and happiness, this acceptance of saying, what is forgiveness and what does it offer? Man, we listen to the truth. We're curious about the changeless in a world of change. We are curious about peace in a world of what we are calling illusions from this perspective. And hey, if you try this idea on and your world fades away and you notice another world that is indescribable in these terms, maybe you just go back. If you have the ability to see it one way, then go back to how you were seeing it. If you find that whatever it is that we are doing here with its lacks is more meaningful, what something tells me, that simply is not true. And then if you didn't catch it, be tempted not to let your gifts slip by and drift into forgetfulness, but hold them firmly in your mind by your attempts to think of them at least a minute as each quarter of an hour passes by. So 1 minute out of every 15 minutes for the entire day after your 15-minute practice starting the day and before your 15-minute practice ending the day. 1 minute of every 15 minutes, 4 times an hour. We want to think about these gifts of what forgiveness offers. The infinite tranquility, peace, what you crave. Forgiveness offers it. Happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world. Care and safety and the warmth of sure protection. Quietness that cannot be disturbed. A gentleness that can never be hurt. A deep abiding comfort and a rest so peaceful it can never be upset. Forgiveness is the key. I am Kesten Rono. Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received the gifts of God. Thank you for these gifts, and thank you for your reflections. And I'll see you tomorrow for 123.